In terms of rehabbing a little property, I've done it without a mini excavator, and I've done it with a mini excavator. With a mini excavator is easy. 25 horse, it's all you need, can dig all sorts of stuff. Smooth, that did it, and I'm a happy guy. Hey, you remember the little well pump thing we did? Had to change the wiring 120 to 240, put in new fittings, etc. Hey, it's done. Except for one thing, in the changeover from 240, I lost my plug-in for a heat lamp in here during the winter. So we're gonna have some fun, but I'm just hanging out here for a minute. This pump should be kicking in again momentarily. I'm just looking at the pressure and how's it going? It's dropping. I've got a garden hose running. And so when it hits 35 or thereabouts, it's gonna kick in. I just wanna make sure it's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing and how it's supposed to be doing it. Hang in here with me for a second. Love it. That was smooth. I'm a happy guy. So, walk with me and let's take a look at the next little challenge. We got to get some 120 power in here. Okay, so here's where we're at. And if this is looking like the grass around here is a little bit shaggy, yeah, we're due to run that new Milwaukee weed eater over it. And more than that, if you catch some other sites of grass that's way too high, we've been waiting 4 months past the delivery date we were given last October for our new John Deere something diesel-powered zero-turn mower that we're getting in. Just a beast. I think it's 35 horse of diesel power and Z-Trax wheels, whatever those are, puncture-proof. And watch for that episode coming up. But I ran a bunch of power down here just so I could plug in block heaters in these shelters over the course of the winter. And so we've got 3 plug-ins. Also this weekend, I'm going to be installing some motion sensor fluorescent lights inside of these. Holy cow, Costco sells them for 40 bucks, 36 on sale, and they're crazy good value. Koda, K-O-D-A is what you look for. So I've got 85 feet of trench to run here, and this is why you need a little mini excavator. Man, I used to have an excavator hanging off the back of my 1025 tractor. It was perfect because the tractor can get into a hole like this. Like, I can squeeze in between the fence and where I've got my fuel pumps and the battery that operates them sitting there. And in terms of rehabbing a little property, I've done it without a mini excavator, and I've done it with a mini excavator. With a mini excavator is easy. 25 horse, it's all you need, can dig all sorts of stuff. And I paid 20,000 Canadian between the purchase price, putting the thumb on and having it gone through top to bottom. The fuel tank was dirty. That needed to be steam cleaned or whatever they do to it. Some hydraulics needed to be redone. And it saved us probably conservatively $35,000 to $40,000 on this little project if we'd had to call an excavator in every time we needed. Just gonna take you through this little exercise for fun and for your amusement. There's a project like this that comes up pretty much every week at this stage. We'll get to the end of that, but you know what? It's funny because you're probably sitting there going right now, Howard, why didn't you run that trench in the first place before you put these shelters up, before we did a whole bunch of stuff? You know what? On a project like this, things just evolve. And if you remember back to the shallow well pump story, what we ended up doing You'll see the well way over there past the tree. Is we ended up going to a 240 volt pump, and so that with that I lost my power to the heat lamp that I need in there for when it hits -20 this winter. So we've got to run an additional 120 line, and this was the easiest place to pick that up, was to come down off of that box there and then follow the trench along. I have to dodge around that tree, so it's going to take a 100-foot dig into more like 120-foot dig, and let's get at it.